2025 is going to be epic for gacha fans. We've got Ananta, Neverness to Everness, Arknights Endfield, Azur Promilia, and so many more hyped releases on the horizon. But while we wait for those, I wanted to share my top 15 gacha games you can play right now. These are the games that have been keeping me hooked, and I think you'll love them too. So, without further ado, let's get into the countdown. Number 15. Aether Gazer is a gacha game with a cool cyberpunk aesthetic and fluid combat gameplay. I really like the character designs and combat animations. The gacha rates for top-tier characters are a bit low, but the game is generous with free resources, making it free-to-play friendly. A pity system helps mitigate bad luck. If you like action RPGs with strategic combat and don't mind a bit of a grind, Aether Gazer is worth checking out. Number 14. Path to Nowhere's dark, cyberpunk aesthetic and compelling story immediately grabbed me. The gameplay is a mix of real-time strategy and RPG, demanding actual thought and positioning rather than just auto-battling. To be honest, it's not the most generous gacha, but it's far from the worst, and the focus on strategic gameplay over just collecting 5 stars makes it feel much less pay-to-win. Overall, Path to Nowhere is a visually impressive, strategically deep, and surprisingly free-to-play friendly gacha game that I'm enjoying a lot. Number 13. Punishing Grey Raven is not your typical auto-battler gacha game. It's fast-paced, skill-based, and requires actual player input. It feels incredibly engaging and rewarding when you nail a perfect combo. Also, I think the game is relatively free-to-play friendly. They're pretty generous with giving out in-game currency, and you can earn a decent amount through daily missions, events, and completing story content. While no gacha game is perfect, Punishing Grey Raven strikes a good balance between monetization and player enjoyment, and it's definitely one of the best mobile gacha games I've played. Number 12.
Disappear.
Epic 7 is a great mobile RPG by Smilegate, has been around since 2018 and it definitely holds up. Epic 7 is known for its generous rates and fair monetization. You can totally build a strong team without spending a dime, though patience is key. The story itself is decent, but where Epic 7 shines is in its strategic turn-based combat. Team building, gear optimization, and mastering the unique turn order system create a really engaging gameplay loop. It can get grindy in the late game, but hey, that's gacha for you. Number 11. Girls Frontline 2 is a fun tactical RPG with amazing graphics and a good story. The 3D models are a huge step up from the first game, and the animations are chef's kiss. Gameplay-wise, it's got that tactical depth I love. I've spent days tweaking my squads and figuring out the best strategies. It's definitely a grind if you're a free-to-play player, but they do give you some freebies. And yes, there's fan service, but it's not too in your face. If you like strategy games and don't mind a bit of a grind, give it a try. Number 10.
Yeah! You think I'm scared?
Guardian Tales is an absolute treasure in the gacha landscape. Imagine old-school Zelda charm with dungeons, puzzles, and unique bosses, paired with a fun story and truly generous gacha rates. This game lets you earn powerful characters and weapons without feeling like you need to spend a dime. It's a true testament to what gacha games can be when done right. Number 9. Azur Lane has got a unique take on naval warfare, with historical warships reimagined as cute anime girls, or ship girls as they're called. The gameplay is a mix of shoot 'em up and strategy, where you collect and build up your fleet of ship girls to take on various challenges. Of course, there's plenty of fanservice to go around, with each ship girl having her own unique design and personality. The gacha rates are also quite forgiving compared to other games in the genre, so you won't have to break the bank to get your favorite ship girls. If you're into collecting cute waifus and enjoy a good naval battle, then Azur Lane is definitely worth checking out. Number 8. Snowbreak Containment Zone is a gacha game with a fun blend of third-person shooting and squad-based combat. The action is genuinely engaging, and there's a decent amount of content to explore. The fan service is very present, so if that's not your thing, it might be a bit much. The gacha rates is not the most generous I've seen, but it's not the worst either. You can definitely play for free, but it'll take time. Overall, Snowbreak is a decent time killer if you like anime action games. Number 7. Long time ago, I fell down the Arknights rabbit hole, and I'm not even mad. This tower defense game is way more than just placing units. It's strategic. The story is dark and engaging. The game is pretty generous with freebies, but the gacha rates can be brutal. I've spent way too long theory crafting team comps, and honestly, the gameplay loop is addictive. The fan service is there, but it's not the main focus. If you're looking for a challenging, beautiful, and surprisingly deep gacha game, Arknights is worth checking out. Number 6. Honkai Star Rail is a visually stunning, story-rich, and surprisingly strategic turn-based RPG game. It's like a playable anime with deep lore and satisfying combat that requires more thought than just button mashing. It's a great gacha game if you enjoy exploring worlds, collecting characters, and getting invested in a good story, but be prepared for some grinding and the occasional long-winded dialogue. It's also reasonably free-to-play friendly, which is a big plus. Number 5. Zenless Zone Zero is the new mobile gacha game from Hoyoverse, the folks behind Genshin Impact. It has just launched recently, and it's a stylish action roguelike with a gacha twist. The gacha system here is interesting. You pull for characters who you can swap between in battle, and their synergy is key to taking down tougher foes. Rates seem fair, and while there's a pay-to-win element, you can definitely build a strong team without spending a dime. If you're looking for a stylish mobile game with deep combat and a unique gacha system, Zenless Zone Zero is definitely worth checking out. Number 4. Goddess of Victory Nikke is anime-themed cover shooter with a heavy emphasis on character collection and fan service. The character designs are, let's just say they know what they're doing. Beyond the eye candy, the shooting is actually pretty fun. Gacha rates aren't exactly showering you with love, but I've managed to stay mostly free to play and still progress. Honestly, it's a fun, stylish game, even if the plot is a bit predictable, and the gacha sometimes makes me want to throw my phone. If you like anime shooters and appreciate good character design, you'll probably have a good time. Number 3.
I bet all my money on you! Another 19% down? Give my money back! Give it back!
Reverse 1999 throws you in this wild time travel adventure where you gotta fix history gone wrong. Think Back to the Future, but way cooler. Reverse 1999 uses cards for battles, which is actually pretty neat. You gotta chain them together for mega attacks, super satisfying. The gacha rates seem decent, and the game throws a bunch of free stuff your way at the start, so free-to-play players like myself can definitely hold our own. If you're into messing with time and don't mind card games, this one's definitely worth checking out. Number 2. Brown Dust 2 offers beautiful visuals, a really deep turn-based combat system, and gorgeous characters. The combat is not just about throwing your strongest units at the enemy, there's real strategy involved with the chain attack system, and planning your moves is key. However, like many gacha games, the rates can be brutal, making it tough to get the characters you really want. It definitely feels like a grind if you're trying to play for free. If you're a fan of anime-style games with strategic battles and can stomach a grind, it's worth checking out. Number 1. Wuthering Waves has totally hooked me in. I'm obsessed with this game right now. Seriously, the open world is gorgeous and I've spent hours just running around and fighting monsters all day. The character designs are amazing and the gacha rates haven't been too cruel to me so far. The story is interesting enough, but honestly, I'm mostly here for the exploration and the combat. If you're looking for a gacha game with a beautiful open world and super fun combat, definitely give Wuthering Waves a try. A classic action gacha with a compelling story, gorgeous anime-style visuals, and deep combat mechanics. It's a long-running favorite for a reason. A dark and twisted gacha RPG with a unique art style and a gripping narrative. Prepare for a mature and thought-provoking experience. The open-world gacha that redefined the genre. Explore a massive world, collect a diverse cast of characters, and enjoy a compelling story. A visually charming idle gacha game with a focus on collecting and upgrading beautiful characters. Perfect for those who enjoy a more relaxed gaming experience. A gacha game with a massive roster of iconic characters from the Fate universe. If you're a Fate fan, this is a must-play. Alright, that's it for my top 15 best gacha games in 2025 video. I hope you enjoyed the list and found some new games to try. Remember, this is just my opinion, so feel free to share your favorites in the comments below. I will see you the next time.